So in the last section, I told you that an app service, when you're talking about web apps or mobile apps or API apps, they pretty much the same thing under the covers. It's just a different icon and a different name. But people often associate mobile apps with push notifications and offline synchronization and things like that. Let's be clear what we're talking about when we're talking about mobile apps. I'm not talking about the code that you develop that gets installed on your Android or your iPhone or your Microsoft Windows mobile device. Okay, mobile app in the context of Azure is the back end to those devices. So those apps that are running on your phone need to talk to a database or need to send their log information to a back end or need to do some kind of function in the cloud. So the mobile app in the cloud is the back end to the presentation layer that's running on the phone. So we're talking about mobile app services. We're talking about things like notification hubs. Now, Notification Hub allows your app developers to have fairly easy access to sending notifications to phones. So, Apple has its own notification system, Android has its own notification system. Notification hubs integrate all those different styles of phones, and basically from one backend API you can send notifications. It's also fairly flexible in terms of being able to send notifications to specific individuals or only groups of individuals. Basically, you can define how it is that you want people to be notified, and whether it's a mass notification to every user or an individual notification or some combination. You use Notification Hub as the middle tier that makes sending notifications easier. Now, the key service that we start with Notification Hubs is the Notification Hub here, and I'm going to call it AZSJD Note Hub. Now, Notification Hubs use what are called notification workspaces, and we haven't created one yet, so new space, that will create it for us. If we have an existing one, we can certainly select it. Where we want our notification hub to run, not sure why it's choosing Australia. I'm going to choose East US 2. We have to create it into a resource group, and so I'm going to put that into the new app group that we've been working with so far. Runs on my subscription. Now let's talk about pricing when it comes to notifications. There are the three tiers: free, basic, and standard. The free tier is quite generous. It includes 1 million notifications. So if you have, here we go, 500 active devices, these applications out on the web, have 500 people with your app, you can push notifications to them pretty much for free. This is great for testing, obviously. If you've got only a limited set of people who have this app and we just need to notify them, it costs you nothing. When we start dealing with real production scenarios, we're talking about 200,000 devices and 10 million notifications pushed. Okay, that's only $12 Canadian a month, which is probably $10 US a month. Then we get up to the standard level, which is 10 million devices and the 10 million pushes. So that's quite a lot of devices. If you're, running an application that needs to notify people, that's a lot of people. You also get additional features at this level, including telemetry, being able to do things bulk, having a scheduled pushes, so instead of needing to do it instantly. And multi-tenancy allows you to separate out your classes of applications, I guess, so that they don't interfere with each other and they have no access to each other's information. So obviously Microsoft wants you to use the standard tier for most of your real world production scenarios. Basic tier is obviously passable for 200,000 devices, probably good for corporate environments where you are developing corporate apps and you need to do notifications. This is probably quite good enough. And the free tier just for playing around like we do. Okay, that's great. Free tier is fine. So I'm going to create a notification hub. It's going to create a namespace for it, and it'll be in the East US region. Let that go.